Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I am playing Battlefield 2042 as there was just a pretty big update and they've made this free battle pass for the time in between now and when Battlefield 6 is dropped, and they added in a new weapon, which is the f2000. I believe it's called the KS f2000 in this game, and it's actually like super good. It's at rank 22 of the free battle pass, and it doesn't take too long to get. There's a bunch of videos that talk about how to get through the battle pass quickly. I didn't look at any of them. It took me maybe 3 days to get it just playing breakthrough, so I don't know that you really need to find a way to quickly get through it. There's plenty of time to make it through until Battlefield 6 is released. So to me, it just seemed kind of like a weird thing to do, but you know, to each their own. Anyway, yeah, the f2000's always been a pretty big favorite of mine in Battlefield. It was in Battlefield 3, it was in Battlefield 4. It feels really good. It shoots very fast. It always has. It was one of the fastest firing guns. I do believe they even nerfed it in Battlefield 3 because it just shot so fast along with the FAMAS, and it's just a really super cool gun. The integrated scope isn't the default sight in the game. It's the iron sights, which is actually really good. So I didn't really use the integrated scope very much. It's a 2.5x in this game, which I believe in 3 and 4 it was a 1.25 or maybe a 1.5. So it's not terrible, but it's a little weird how much it zooms in, and then there is enough recoil that having a 2x, it's not hard to control close range, but I did have a few moments where I was using a 2x at range and it felt really weird, I guess is a good way to put it. So there is that, but currently as it stands, there's a bunch of really cool stuff in the free battle pass, and I think really that the f2000 is probably the best. There is a new sniper rifle as well called the Lynx, which is an anti-material rifle that I do believe was in PUBG, actually, of all games, and it's okay. I'm not gonna make a full video about it because I don't really see the point. However, it is not terrible to use. It shoots very slow. The projectile is very slow, so you kind of have to get used to using it, but it's not that bad. It's kind of cool that they added in a couple of new weapons. They also added in a quote-unquote new map, which was Iwo Jima, and it's okay. It wasn't my favorite in Battlefield 5. They did a little bit of a better job in terms of the positioning of the flags in this version of it. However, in Breakthrough, I'm still yet to win as an attacker on it, but have won as a defender. You know, a lot of times you're stuck between the first few objectives. Most teams I've been on have gotten as far as E. A few got to F, and then one got to G, but we just couldn't take G. So it's a very big map. If you played Battlefield 5, you will recognize it. It feels very much the same. A lot of YouTubers are talking about it right now as if it's the coolest thing that Battlefield's ever done. I don't think it is, but it's not terrible. It's, you know, it's a fun map to snipe on. It was a fun map to snipe on in Battlefield 5, and they do have helicopters and stuff on it now, which is kind of neat. I'm not really good at flying, so I don't really use them that much, but I believe in Battlefield 5 you had access to jets and stuff. So at least with this version of it, there's a lot more for anti-air as opposed to Battlefield 5, where there really wasn't a whole lot of anti-air in the game really as a whole, but not a lot on Iwo Jima as well. So in planes, if you were good at flying, you could just destroy people and there's nothing anybody could do about it. It was really kind of annoying. But this one has some pretty good anti-air. So, you know, it's not terrible, but it wouldn't have been my first choice for a map if they had done a vote or something like that on it, but it's not a horrible addition to the game or anything like that. It was fun. I've had fun playing on it. Like I said, a lot of fun to snipe on. I haven't really used regular guns on it, as it's always just kind of been designated as a sniper map to me, but that's just me. Anyway, the f2000 is just super cool. I really think that it was one of the better additions that they've added to the game. I was excited when they added the AK-5C because I think that's probably one of my favorite weapons aside from the SCAR, and I just think it's an interesting weapon. I just think it looks cool. I think it sounds cool. It's just very interesting weapon. But, you know, I thought that was probably going to be like the last added weapon to the game was the AK-5C. So I was pleasantly surprised to see 2 new weapons. If you participated in the beta, you got the links for free. And like I said, the f2000 is the rank 22 in the free battle pass. So I believe it's 220 points in all in the battle pass because it's 220 because 22 times 10. If you just play the game normally and you just kind of work with your team and finish the weekly challenges too from week 1, that helps out a lot. But I have really been enjoying using it. As you can see, like in a lot of my clips, like the gun just shoots very fast. It has a shortened barrel, which adds to fire rate. There is no close combat ammo for it, but there's subsonic, which isn't terrible, but I prefer just using the regular ammo. I found the heavy rounds are okay, but with the shortened barrel or even with the suppressor, like using the regular ammo really doesn't affect the gun in a negative way in any sort of way. So it's like it still shoots super fast, especially like I said with the shortened barrel. The only thing that would help with that is close combat. That would just give it an even more increased fire rate, but it already shoots so fast even without the shortened barrel. I think that if you enjoy the the M5A3 with the shortened barrel, or the LCMG with the shortened barrel, or the RM, actually, now that I think of it, that also has a shortened barrel. They really added to the fire rate with those things. So it's great to use up close. I find myself preferring to use the wrap suppressor actually, but when I'm in a group that's really close, I tend to switch over to the shortened barrel just because of the increased fire rate helps out a lot. Anyway, that's all I really have to say. I'm super excited for Battlefield 6, and in the meantime, I'm just working on this battle pass. I wanted to get this video out because I felt like, you know, no one's using that f2000 yet, so I guess not a lot of people have it, but it's super good, and I hope to see more of you get it and use it and enjoy it because it's a ton of fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you all in the next video.